Hey everyone, welcome back to the Defining Confidence video series. These are a series of short video interviews I'm doing with people who inspire me, people who are doing interesting things, and people who are doing cool work. I'd like to introduce you today to Dawn Hancock. Dawn, do you mind sharing a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure thing. So Dawn Hancock, I'm the founder and managing director at Firebelly Design, and technically I think the board president of the Firebelly Foundation, our nonprofit arm. We've been doing socially responsible design for the past 15 years.
Nice, yeah, and I would suggest viewers out there definitely look them up. They do a lot of interesting initiatives, so I'm a big fan of Firebelly. So Dawn, thanks for taking the time. So yeah, I'd like to just get your opinion on the topic of confidence, and more specifically, where do you find confidence for yourself?
Sure. I think it was sort of inherent from birth, simply because I was an only child, and so I feel like when you're an only child, you're kind of forced into a lot of things, and you have no choice but to kind of explore and take risks and try things that you can't force on your brother or sister or whoever else to try out for you. And I also was one of the youngest in my like extended family of cousins and whatnot, and so they were very they liked to push me and tease me and all kinds of good stuff. So they kind of in some ways probably sent me on that path as well. But I also think that there's something that's, I just genuinely like have a healthy love-hate with fear and risk. Like I really actually enjoy taking risks and trying things, and the more you do that, the more confidence I think you gain, even if you fail at something, or something doesn't work out the way you planned it to be. I think that there's I believe genuinely that there's something to be learned from that, and whatever that means for the next thing you do in life, or 10 things down the road that you don't know today. So I try to use those experiences, and that continues to help me with confidence. But I certainly, it's not like it's something that is inherent, and it may come across like I'm very confident, but I still have plenty of doubts all the time about things I do, and still feel like I make it up every day as I go. So you just never know.
Yeah, that's funny. There's some recent. I've had some recent conversations with people about, kind of going back to what you said earlier about just kind of doing it to where you get comfortable at it, and so kind of stretching your comfort zone to where that's in a sense how you grow confidence, how you build confidence, and it just seems like you got to put yourself out there more and more in order for you to kind of gain that and keep that.
Yeah, I totally, and I think, well, it's easy to sort of look at Firebelly or whatever, the history, and say, well, look at all these things you've done and whatever, and people say that all the time, and I think, well, like, they only exist because we tried it, and there's plenty of things that didn't go well, and we tried to figure out other paths to it, and so, and it's, like I said, it's 15-year history. It's not, it didn't happen overnight either. So, it's plenty of things that I think, as long as you just try and figure it out, whatever ends up happening, it's going to be hopefully a path to the next thing in life.
Great, yeah, thanks a lot. Really great response to that. So yeah, I'd like to just thank you again for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you, Mark, for sure.